Hello year one and welcome to this week's Spelling Splash. This week we have got 3 more tricky words for you to try and learn, and then we're going to practice them in our writing next week. Now, as always, tricky words are red words, which means we can't use our Fred fingers to help us spell them. We've just got to remember what they look like and what letters are used. So I've got 3 for us to have a little look at today. Let's look at the first one. Now, my turn, your turn, push. My turn, your turn, push, push. Push your chair in. Brilliant. Now, if we were to try and sound this word out, we would say sh, which means we'd probably want to use our look in a book sounds. But their sound isn't there. We can't use our Fred fingers for this word. We've got to remember that cheeky is trying to trick us out. So hold that word in your head and we're going to come back and find a silly sentence for that word in a minute to help us spell it. My turn, your turn, push. Brilliant. Now we're going to have a look at our second word, which is pull. My turn, your turn, pull, pull. Pull your jumper over your head. Brilliant. Now, if we have a look again, pull, it's that tricky that's annoying us again. And we've got to remember, look, the at the end, we've got 2 letters. So we've got some more trickiness in the word pull. And we'll see if we can remember how to spell that in just a moment. What was the first word we learnt? Push. Well done. And what was our last word? Pull. Good job. Now, this next word is a little bit tricky, but I think we've got something that might help us. Are you ready? Says. Says. And we all know the game, Simon Says. Now, if I was to sound out says, when I say that, I can almost hear a zip, zip, zip sort of sound. Z, 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 or zip, zap, zip. But there's no z in there. And can you also see our special friend A? Now we can try and remember that special friend, but sometimes it might not always help us because look, if I sounded it out, says, says, we don't say Simon says, do we? We say Simon says. So even though there is a special friend in there, it's not quite how we say the word. So we've got some bits to help us in there. We can try and remember that special friend, but when we read it out loud, we wouldn't say says, says. We've got to remember we say says. So we've got 3 tricky words from Trixie this week. Let me try and share my screen and I'm going to show you how I try and remember these spellings. So let's go back to having a look at that word push to begin with. So I've got 4 letters in this word. And if you have a little look down here, I've got a pig and he's under a smelly hill. That's how I'm going to try and remember to spell the word push. Have a look at this. Pigs under smelly hills. So I'm using my pigs to remember that the word starts with a p. Under for my cheeky Smelly for my sliver around the snake. And hills for my nice tall pigs under smelly hills. That spells push. Should we try that silly sentence together? My turn, your turn. Pigs under smelly hills. Good job. Okay, let's have a look at that word pull. And this time I've got a penguin. And penguins like to go up long ladders. Did you know that? They love to go up really long ladders. Have a look at this. Penguins up long ladders. This time my p is penguins going up, long ladders. Penguins up, long ladders. Helps me spell the word pull. Should we say that silly sentence together? My turn, your turn. Penguins up, long ladders. Good job. So we've got pigs under smelly hills and penguins up long ladders. Let's have a look at our last word. It says. So we've got to try and remember these 4 letters, and I've got some very sleepy animals down here. Can you see them all sleeping? And sometimes when you're sleepy, you let out a big yawn. Should we have a look at my silly sentence? Sleepy animals yawn sometimes. Sleepy animals yawn sometimes. Sleepy animals yawn sometimes. So we're going to remember that sleepy animals yawn sometimes helps us spell the word says. Great job, everybody. Now I'm going to pick just one of these words to have a bit of a practice with you now. So you might want to go and get a pencil or your whiteboard pen if you still have that from our home learning. I've got my yellow lined whiteboard here, but you can find some paper if you can't find your whiteboard. And we're going to have a go at spelling one of the tricky words that we've just learned. And we're going to see if we can use that funny sentence to remember. So if you need to pause the video here to go and get any of the things you want to write with me, then you can pause it and come back when you're ready. Okay, everybody, I'm going to stop there and I'm going to come back to the screen so you can see me. And I'm going to pick one of those tricky words. Are you ready? We're going to go for the tricky word, pull. Now, before we write the word pull, let's just check all the letters with our handwriting brains on. Now we've got to remember penguins up long ladders. Now have a look, that p needs to go down below your line and the ulls need to go up nice and tall. Are you ready? Penguins up long ladders. Let's spell the word pull. Penguins up long ladders. Oh, see if you can have a go on your piece of paper and get ready to show me. Penguins up long ladders. Show me in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Show me. Did you remember penguins up? Oh. Uh-oh, you won. What have I done wrong there? My ull. Oh dear, it's not tall enough, is it? My ull is a nice long ascender. So it needs to be really tall and the same size as my other ull. Silly Miss Close. I hope your handwriting's better than mine. Let's just check. Penguins up long ladders. Very well done if you remembered our 4 letters to spell the word pull. Now, year 1, I want you to keep practicing those silly sentences to try and remember our 3 words. Push, pull, and says. And we're going to see if we can remember how to spell these words together next week. So let me just bring back my page one more time and I am going to show you some silly sentences before I say goodbye. Are you ready for these? I've tried to remember to spell push, pull, and says. How did I do? Let's look at the first one together. Push your chair in. Uh-oh. Push your chair in. What did I do? I used that sound, didn't I? And it should have been that cheeky Oh dear. You have to see if you can do better than me, year one. Can you see what I've forgotten to do here? Pull, pull. I've missed something out. Pull the door open. Oh no, what did I miss? Penguins up. I missed my Penguins up long ladders. Okay, I had one more sentence, so hopefully I've done this one right. Are you ready? Mr. Churchill says we are brilliant. What did I do? Did I remember that sleepy animals yawn sometimes? Oh no, I heard that zzz, and I just wrote that down instead. You're going to have to do much better than me, year one. Can you see something else as well? Mr. Churchill. That's his name. What should I have had at the start of my sentence? Shout it out. A capital letter. Silly me. So if you practice any of these words in sentences this week, see if you can do much better than me before we come and work together next week. So we're going to practice these words together next Friday. So Friday, the 30th of April, we're going to see if we can spell those words together in our classrooms. So have a great time trying to remember our silly sentences and our 3 words, and we look forward to spelling them with you next week. Take care, everybody, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.